Commanders at Bengals. Did you notice so far in these AFC games, that's 8 of them, all 8 the home team is favored? That's interesting. It's not a great week for road teams, which means they'll all win. We have Jaden Daniels, who I think is in the QB1 mix here. That's kind of saying how bad QB1 has been, but he's been okay. Burrow, he looked all right last week, but that offense scares me. Both these kind of scare me. We got Brian Robinson, who I think is probably an RB2, Zach Moss, RB2-3. We've got some, wide receivers here. Where do you guys even want to begin with this? The quarterbacks, I guess, they're the high-end assets in the game.
Yeah, you got people. Like, Burrow gets the Commanders defense, like, fire Burrow up. This defense is atrocious. Like, he did good against Chiefs defense, man. So, like, it's like, okay, at least there's hope for Burrow. It really depends on how high you guys want to rank Jamar Chase. But, like, overall.
You take the trade then, and if that's your scenario.
Yeah, like, that's fine. I'm fine doing that. Yeah, we're an extra week.
Burrow is my QB2 this week because it's Washington. So he's going to go off. Maybe he gets T. Higgins back. Maybe he doesn't. But that cycle of whatever they had going on at tight end with Gesicki and Eric All and whoever else is healthy back there running routes is worth it. And maybe Burton gets more involved because the Bengals should be up early and often.
Running backs, B-Rob first, Zach Moss second, leaving Eckler and Chase Brown on the bench. Something like that.
You could talk yourself into Eckler with his passing down usage, but it's a pure flex desperation play with Eckler because it's not high enough usage, right? But he's getting it. Brown, I'm not playing Brown. He's not just doing nothing.
He's literally Chase Brown dynasty.
Yeah.
I will flex Eckler in this game. I think he's necessary in the passing game. He's going to see another 5 targets, and if he puts one in the end zone, he's got 50 yards a game and through the air. So.
I think for me, this depends on if Higgins plays. I think if Higgins is out, I'm starting Gesicki. I think I'm starting Gesicki anyways. Ertz, it's going to be 4 for 40. Gesicki could be 4 for 40, but he could also be 9 for 90 like last week. So I think I'm just going to take Gesicki, even more so if Higgins is out.
Yeah, it's just they don't. The weird thing about their tight ends is they're just running through them. It's a mixed bag for tight ends. So it's I get it. The defense is atrocious. I just have a hard time trusting one of those tight ends. Maybe it's
the Chiefs. I just don't know. The Chiefs have signed Keontae Ingram to the active roster, Kareem Hunt to the practice squad, and Isaiah Pacheco on IR.
Why don't people go pick up? People should go pick up Ingram if he's actually on the active roster. Go
active roster.
They moved him
go
up.
Pick up Keontae and see what happens. That's what we're doing with these backs in the ring. It's a really good offense. Go pick him up.
So I guess we ended here with the wide receivers in this one. I know he's been pretty damn bad, but it's got to be what? Chase, Higgins if he plays McLaurin, and nobody else?
Yes. Yeah, that's what it is because there's nobody else. There is nobody else. You're not starting Diami. You're not starting Burton. You can't. You just hold your nose and start McLaurin if you have to. But no, I want Chase clearly and then Higgins if he plays.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is what it is, right? These guys, but yeah, we need McLaurin to do something. It's just I'm getting to the point where I'm pretty much done with McLaurin.
Oh yeah,
I need to see it. I need to see it one of these times, man. I get it. It's just gonna be rough with him. He's a 45. I have him ranked. I really don't want to play him, but you can play him if you need to.
If I told you McLaurin had 8 targets and 6 receptions last week, you would assume that he had what? 45 yards at least at minimum, 50 yards, 22 yards last week. But don't worry, week 1, he had 17 yards. So no, you can't start Terry right now. You can't.
It's those screens, man. They have the highest screen rate in the NFL, and it's not even close. It's triple everyone else. It's Cliff Kingsbury.
Mm-hmm.
But who can run a screen? Austin Eckler. Start Eckler instead of McLaurin. Who are you starting, McLaurin or Eckler?
McLaurin.
McLaurin, but I don't want to start either of these guys, to tell you the truth. If we're starting these guys, I feel really bad about my roster. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'll be
exactly.
Ooh, my roster's in some doo-doo.
The side that worries me more is Cincy. If we don't get a blow-up week here from Burrow and Chase, it might be time to worry. I know they were all right last week, but this is Washington. If you don't have 30 fantasy points apiece here, it's not a good week.
Yeah. They Burrow was good last week against the Chiefs defense, so I'm much Chase's usage is what worries me. What they're doing is he's different than he used to be. He was downfield merchant when he was a rookie. Now he's short, low. I don't know what they're doing with him. It's very weird. So they need to figure it out. But they got to get Chase the ball because he was furious.
Fighting his teammates on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'll fight anybody. Just throw this man 20 targets. Don't even care about the rest of the guys on that team.
Are you flexing Yoshivas if Higgins is out? I'm definitely flexing.
You can, but that usage
last week?
Gross. That his usage was real bad. That's tight end.
Usage in the red zone is pretty sweet, to be honest.
It's so gross.
I'm not chasing the 2 touchdowns, although against Washington there could be 8 touchdowns this week, so there are worse options, I guess.
I'll fire a shot on Burton if I'm really desperate. Like if Higgins doesn't play, because he could break an 80-yard touchdown against Washington. Yeah. Like he's that type of player. So it's just all about routes.
All right, I guess that's a wrap on the AFC home games. Check back tomorrow at noon. Well, we will. Do you guys like B-Rob over ETN? No.
I'm debating. I'm getting really close to it.
No, B-Rob.
I think they're close, but I have ETN higher.
It's getting closer by the week. So I'll see the usage. I might flip them after this week.
All right, that's a wrap on the AFC home games. Check back tomorrow at noon. We will do the NFC home games. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow.